For years, I've shown the hows and whys of my carry-on only packing through top-down shots at home, but I've never shown in detail how it all comes together in real-life travel, and so welcome to Toronto Pearson International Airport, Terminal 1, and I am headed to Asia for 5.5 months as usual like I do every year for work, but in this video, I thought I'd share how exactly I use the bags, tech, accessories, and all of that in field. So from the airport to the plane to the hotel, all of that, I'll show you exactly how I use my loadout. Let's go. And the benefits start from the airport because at the check-in counter, there's no worry about checked luggage, no cost of checked bags, and perhaps even more importantly, no fear of ground staff or airlines losing your luggage. Not to mention the downstream opportunities like the ability to zip through traffic and save so much time and money on scooter taxis in some countries. But the rest of the airport experience, from security to the gate or to the lounge, whether it's relaxing or getting some work done, everything is with you at arm's reach. And if it's your first time ever traveling carry-on only, very quickly you realize the peace of mind to know that even after you board, whether it's in the overhead bins above you, below the seat in front of you, or both, literally everything is securely with you. But going to the whole point of this video, arriving at my first accommodations, still wearing my standard flight day outfit, it's weird how packing light also encourages me to fully unpack and be organized right away. Not much space to spread out and film in your typical hotel room, and although I generally have a no outside clothes or outside bags on the bed rule, taking one for the team for this video though. First thing I do is fully unpack before I organize, just to do a full double check that I have everything. And since these next 5.5 months are primarily for work, gotta get that laptop out of the central protective sleeve of the packed travel backpack. And one of the main reasons why for the past few years I've used some version of their bags is because of their clamshell design, behaving much like a regular rolling luggage, where, as you can see in this half, I store 100% of all the clothes I pack, and on the other side, I have almost everything else, all separated into smaller queues, bags, and cases, which makes it super easy for me to find everything and put everything back throughout my travels. This version 3 of the packed travel backpack has a full depth, expandable pocket against the back. And since I'm ping-ponging throughout Asia for the next few months, touching rainy season here and there, bringing this wind and rain shell keeps me dry and warm when weather turns wet, and I like storing it folded flat in this full-depth compartment. And flipping to the two pockets at the front of the backpack, as a notebook weirdo, I have my 5-year diary. The one true constant in my life since January 1st all the way back in 2024, where every single day, even mid-flight, I take the few minutes to reflect on the day and jot down the highlights and lowlights. And also my Traveler's Company notebook and pens that I use all day, every day for work, whether it's meetings with clients and vendors, or just making notes for myself when I'm working away at the hotel or at a coffee shop. Point is, once I unpack everything out of the backpack, I then get organized, and kicking things off with clothes, I have 3 packing cubes. One for all my tops, as well as one for all my bottoms, and lastly, one for the 7 pairs each of my boxer briefs and socks. I have a sleep-only t-shirt and a sleep-only pair of shorts, which I'll set aside, but organization always starts with my clothes. I'll first get all my tops hung up at the hotel room hangers, and the pants just stay folded nearby. And before inspecting and dealing with wrinkled shirts, I'll hang up that rain shell as well. As predicted, especially this long sleeve Henley has definitely got some deeper wrinkles that just airing out overnight alone might not solve. However, I'll first get the rest of my stuff organized before dealing with those wrinkles. Kicking things off with tech, this is my complete charging caddy. It's actually a toiletries bag by Bellroy, but either way, in here, I have all my USB Type-C cables as well as my gigantic 200-watt charging hub by Ugreen. I don't think most folks need this, and if I did not make YouTube videos on the side as a hobby, neither would I. But I get that plugged into the wall at the hotel desk and then plug all my Type-C cables in, and you'll notice that I like using short cables because I don't want to deal with cable clutter and tangling. You can see that with this one hub and short cables, literally everything can be charged overnight while I sleep. Earbuds, action camera, my phone, my laptop, my main camera, hell, even my toothbrush, and of course, my power bank. All of these use USB Type-C with power delivery, and this top-down view shows just how nice short cables can be. The next main organization bucket that happens are my toiletries, so taking the Air Travel Kit version 2 to the hotel bathroom. Because I'm personally always fine with using whatever shampoos, body washes, and lotions accommodations have, the only liquids I have are 1, my small bottle of laundry detergent, since I wash the socks and boxer briefs I wear every single day before I shower, and in fact, because of how much I sweat, I'll often take a midday shower and change socks and underwear twice a day. So some nights I'm washing 2 sets of each, and of course, hang them up to dry overnight while I sleep. Regardless, second, the only consumable toiletry I'm very particular about is my face wash, and if anyone's curious, I use this foaming CeraVe stuff. But also, this small shower puff because of how much I sweat, so getting a thorough scratchy lather is important to me when I shower. Both of those go into the hotel shower since I wash my face while I'm showering, and besides floss and toothpaste, the other tool that's a must for me is this silicone tongue scraper by Airbrush, and if you've never used a tongue scraper, 10 out of 10 recommend. By the way, always a pleasant surprise to discover when your hotel bathroom's got one of those Japanese bum guns. But pro tip, bring your phone to the washroom and load Google Translate's camera live translation, because the amount of controls these things can have can be intense. Finally, all of those other miscellaneous pouches you saw earlier, those don't really have a structured organization protocol because they're either sporadically used, like this pouch with my wireless microphone set, only used when I have time to make a YouTube video, or this watch box, since as a watch lover, I do like to switch it up sometimes, and this extra watch right here is proof positive that carry-on only travel doesn't mean being a reductive minimalist. There's plenty of space in my bags for extra stuff I just like, or even souvenirs that I might buy. The contents of these pouches are a bit too deep divey for this video, but I'll be making a video that shares all of that stuff over on my Patreon, where I post 2 pieces of exclusive content every month, and I welcome you to visit that Patreon link down in the description. Thanks to these first 35 patrons for taking a chance on me over there. In any case, those pouches get placed where they make sense in the hotel room. And last travel accessory, travel plug adapter with the cable at the nightstand in case I do some doom scrolling at night for a little bit. And it's only now, after I'm all unpacked and organized, do I deal with potential deeper wrinkles in my clothes. I typically just do this while I'm showering, so when it's time to shower, I'll get whatever has wrinkles, hang them up in the bathroom, fire up that shower, and while I'm showering, let the steam build up around the clothes. When I'm done showering, I'll use my hands to press firmly and flatten gently, taking care not to tug too hard. About 15 minutes of steam exposure and some gentle flattening is all it takes. And so for the rest of my time at any given accommodations, because I'm typically changing accommodations every week or 2 for this entire half year, everything gets organized in the first 15-20 minutes after arriving, and then for work, meetings, or any time I need my computer when I head out, I'll get my laptop into my Alpaca Bravo Sling Max 2 along with my traveler's notebook and other everyday carry stuff, and I am off to the races. Compact, comfortable, especially with this very padded strap, and ready to meet with clients and vendors alike. Now, of course, I have to be aware that some business travelers need to wear suits and have more formal bags, but my clothes and bags are all acceptable for the industries that I serve. On days or outings where I don't need my computer, I'll get my everyday carry into this TomTalk T33 sling, and if you've been with me for a bit, you'll know that I've used both of these slings for years as well, and especially for travel. Choose them because they have that critical third recessed zipper pocket against the back, where I store my absolute most important items like passport, emergency cash, and hotel key cards, so there's zero chance of those getting mixed up. But the absolute biggest benefit of all of this is that when it's time to pack up to fly out or change accommodations, because it's all systematized, everything in reverse. Jacket into the back, tops into one packing cube, then bottoms stacked in another one on top, and next socks and underwear into their packing cube near the top. And for flight days, because I do like to brush my teeth on the plane after I eat, I get my toothbrush case above the packing cubes. Since one of the things I love about the packed travel backpack is that all compartments can be quickly accessed from the top when it's all closed up. As you can see, standing it up, this exterior zipper lets me grab that toothbrush quickly. Then laptop into that central protective sleeve before moving on to the other half of that clamshell. Pack out my entire charging kit, and it goes into the bottom of that compartment since it's the heaviest. Then pack out my toiletries, and that travel kit 2 by Air goes above the charging kit, and then all of those smaller pouches on my non-computer sling fill out the rest of that half. And similarly to my toothbrush on the other side, I get my travel adapter with a USB Type-C cable plugged in into the top of that compartment. So it too can be rapidly accessed from the outside with the exterior zipper, so I can grab and charge my phone wherever I am while in transit. Zip the main clamshell compartments up, then get my 5-year diary into the bottom exterior front pocket and my traveler's notebook in the top one. And of course, do one last lap around the hotel to make sure we don't leave anything, like my freaking watch. Then onto the personal item size sling to validate my passport wallet, my camera, and other everyday carry stuff is loaded up, and just like that, completely repacked and ready to sail out in about 15 minutes total. No stress, no guesswork. And you can imagine that if you're traveling for a vacation, you wouldn't even need to pack the work-related stuff that I do, which means that carry-on only travel is absolutely something you can consider. But if you're still on the fence, I tested an even smaller backpack in this video right up here, and for budget airlines, where only a personal item size bag is included for free, this video down here is the one for you. I'll leave them both on screen for a few seconds so you can choose which one to watch next, but while you're deciding, consider subscribing and hitting that bell so you'll be notified the moment new videos just like this one drops.